There you go. Hi. Fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish and this is Echo Echo. One last time. It's the last stream. Ooh. I don't know which ones I should wear. Yeah. Happy Easter, everybody. Apologies on the lights. I've packed the lights. Yeah. I'm like, did I pack the lights? I've been packing today. I am so tired. And I leave tomorrow for my new thing. Yeah. So I thought I'd have a little stream. Hey, leave her alone, please. Minnie's in heat now, so we might hear Wilbur barking or Minnie getting cranky at him. Murphy, go away, please. Mm. So what's up? What's the haps? What's been happening? Good night, Holly. Must be late where you are. Goodness me. Anyway, happy Easter, everybody, if you celebrate. I don't. Yeah, and I'm eating dinner. So, part one of this, Ray was talking about Ray Higdon is a coach. I'd recommend going and watching part one first. But if you want to be in the live chat and you haven't watched part one, then he basically just said that his PowerPoint terrible. Okay, really bad. He's on this one screen forever and just talking at it and not about it. Hello to Twitch, hello to TikTok. If you're one of the students from the school I used to work at, go do something else. Like, uh, how boring to watch this stream. Like, get a life, you know? Not for anyone who's like, you know, my normal audience. Love you guys. Yeah. So if you would like it while we're at the start, can you like and subscribe? Because I talk about politics, so my videos do not get pushed into the algorithm. So I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I want to get on this now because I don't want to be here for too much longer. My God, the mosquito for too long today because I've still got a couple of things to do before bed. And then I've got to drive 5 hours tomorrow to my new place. All right, hang on. Get ready for it. Hey. Ugh. Stop. Sorry. I tried to stop it and I couldn't. I'm like scratching one foot with the other foot at the moment, and that's what I'm just going to move on. Okay. All right. We got about halfway through.
And small groups, and then the free tickets, like I mentioned, Limitless Life with God events, a few events a year, and the annual Brilliance event. Okay, the monthly gatherings are the first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific. Training for Kingdom Activators, and then we're the small groups, and I'll share percentages. I know some of you are very savvy at this kind of stuff. Small groups, and then the free tickets, like I mentioned, Limitless Life with God events, a few events a year, and the annual Brilliance event. Okay, the monthly gatherings are the first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific. Training for Kingdom Activators, and then we're the small groups, like I mentioned, online weekly small groups on Zoom. You join based on the time that's convenient to you, and some of these go through different studies, like the 12-week study of fruit of the Spirit. You want to grow, Galatians 5:22-23 talks about the fruit of the Spirit. You want to grow in joy. This is your way. You want to grow.
I'll grow in joy. I'm already doing it. I'm eating my favorite pie. I'm drinking a crisp Coke. But this is my true joy. It's my antidepressants. They're brilliant. The best. That's my joy. Store bought. It's great. Oh, I was gonna pull some cards because I pulled some cards for Ray last stream. They weren't good. So let's just say that much.
Patience. This is your way. And we're going to help you do that. And we're just so excited about it. So the ambassador, it gives you a link to provide people a link to join the Brilliant Plus app and the movement. And I'm going to share more on this because this is a big deal. And I don't know if this has been done before. I personally haven't seen it, but I'm going to talk a lot about the 5-day free trial. So everyone on here today, you can be invited to a 5-day free trial. I'll share more about that here in a second. And then you share in a portion of the membership fee. So when you tell people,
sorry, I forgot to say, Ray is usually a coach, but he's changed. He's starting his own. He's a partner in his own MLM now. It's the first time he's doing it, and it's a Bible app called Brilliant Perspectives. So yeah, and it's $47 a month, the membership, and you get this 5-day trial. Yeah, there are businesses that do trials, but not like this is a different thing, you know. If it's like the iFast thing that Prove It does, right? It's a 5-day fasting kit, and that's their product. So yeah. Other companies do this, right? Do. But your product is the Bible app. And in the last stream, there are hundreds of Bible apps, and a lot of them are free. So this definitely feels very cash grabby.
about the movement, right? And they decide to become a member, you share in a portion of the membership fee. Now I'll share percentages. I know some of you are very savvy at this kind of stuff. I'm gonna share it here in a minute. You're also going to receive ambassador-only monthly training by me on how to grow your impact and your income. And so I will be leading the training. By the way, I am not a rep, okay? I'm a partner in the company. I do not have a position. I'm working with them at the company level. I'm not a corporate position. I am a partner and helped form this company, just to be very clear. So there's a lot of people are like, what company did you join? What company did you join? I didn't join any. We started this. And again, for those that just came on, we did our first private launch on Wednesday. We did a second private launch on Thursday, and the third one was yesterday. And so you'll receive ambassador-only monthly training by me on how to grow your impact.
This was last week, sorry, just as a FYI. The week that's just gone. No, week before. Oh, was it last week? Last week? Yeah, I think it was last week because Modare's been. It was just before Modare was announced, and he had a little soft launch saying that he'd started a company. Hold on, man. Computer. And then Modare was closed, so he didn't do. This was the day after Modare because, personally, I think he was just like thinking, I don't want to look scammy. He still looks scammy.
Impact and income, but this is your training is going to be very different than most companies because I am absolutely telling you that we are going to make this easy. Now, in the past, I've told leaders, don't tell people it's easy. Don't do it. Okay. Because to be honest, building a sales organization is not easy. It's not. I'm telling you, we are going to make this easy. We're going to make it easy. I am so focused on making this the easiest thing to build that has ever existed. And I mean that. And I know that's a bold claim, but I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you by the end of this conversation. Okay. And you're going to receive a really cool, brilliant debit card to access your funds. And again, this is USA only right now. We are going to calculate it to you. Number 2 card for that each year that they renew. Kind of cool. So there's.
Sorry, I was in the wrong spot. I thought I was a little bit further. Refer 4 people you know and you are good to go. Is that as a customer or as a distributor? Not distributor. That's the wrong word. As a rep.
There's an opportunity for you to make decent money right away. This is also a very unique chance to get on the ground floor of something that's never been done before. I don't think this has ever been done. Maybe I'm wrong. Right? There's different prayer apps out there, but I don't think they have an opportunity behind them. This is a really cool way to grow.
There'd probably be Bible apps that have affiliates. So yeah, that there may be, but yeah, I mean, just the product is different. Everything else is the same in MLM. You're not doing anything that's crazy different. And this is, I was going to say it was like MRR, but it really isn't, because you have to keep paying the membership. Geez, that's no wonder. That's going to keep them in the money, you know?
Your impact and your income. And you don't have to stop at helping just 4. You can have an unlimited amount of people join you. And they also, as long as they're in the US, can spread the message and share the blessing. And again, I'm going to make this really easy for you. So how can I say that? How can I say, because it isn't about prospecting, follow up, and doing videos and presentations and all that standard stuff. Well, let me share something cool with you. And I don't know, I've never seen this exist in network marketing before. This is the thing that I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a game changer. All right. So you're going to be able to invite people to a free 5-day trial. Okay. It's free. And anyone watching this right now, we're going to invite you to a 5-day free trial. Okay. The company over the last 14 months has spent over $120,000 in paid advertising this 5-day free trial. What they found from paid ads. Now, advertising isn't always your best leads. They have a 79% conversion. Let me say that again. Those who sign up for a 5-day free trial get into the content, and 8 out of 10 become a paying member. That is crazy. Now, maybe you've never ran ads. Maybe you've never done trials or samples or anything like that. 8 out of 10 is bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. But that.
Yeah, I mean, great. I think, yeah. And how that's good conversion rate, but that's pretty specific people if we're thinking about it, because that would be targeted advertising, right? Wonder how, so they, if they went on after the 5-day trial, if they know that there is the opportunity involved, is that going to make people like, yeah, I'm paranoid that okay. I can be heard. That's good. Is that going to make people stay for that length, if only if they're recruiting? But I'd like to know if they pay for that first. Also, subscription model. How many people here, put your hand up if you've ever been abused by a subscription model? That's what subscription models depend on. you forgetting it. It depends on you forgetting that you are, what's it called? Subscribing and getting that extra month from you. Because even if you don't stay on, they're still gonna, get the money. And it's like, yeah, bro, really? They got 79% of people stayed on? How many people just forgot about the fucking subscription and didn't disconnect soon enough? That's what I'd like to know. Let me know how it is for a year. Does that 120K convert for the whole year? Because that's a more solid number than what you want to be looking at. Do you know what I mean? And it is a little different to have a free trial. I'm trying to think if there's anything that gives. You can join Lab for free. I know Melissa Collins always says, like, if there's some place she can join for free, she'll join because she wants to look in their back office and see what they're doing. And so there are companies that allow you to join for free. I don't know if you get to experience the products for free. I mean, people do be giving out samples. That's all I can think of. Like, yeah, have some prove it ketones. Why did I think of prove it ketones? I don't know. Trials, maybe?
They've been tweaking this thing, tweaking it, moving the button, right? Changing the 5-day sequence. And by the way, the 5-day free trial gives you full access to the app. It's not some limited, you're in a barren wasteland of only a couple things. Like, you get full access to the app. And I believe it's the Holy Spirit moving people, because when they start consuming Graham's content, they're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed in my life. And so they move forward. 79%. And you're going to be able to promote your own link for the 5-day free trial. Is that exciting? Am I just excited? Am I the only one, or is that exciting? I think that's pretty exciting, I think. And so we're excited to give you the same tool for you to grow your impact and income. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. What does this actually look like? What does it look like? So let's just say, because it's a free trial and it's not a pitch, because it's not, hey, join my thing for $100 or whatever, right? Because it's a free trial, let's say that you decide you're going to invite 6 people a day to the free trial. And here's how you'll do it, right? I'm mixing training into this. I already gave you a training on the debit card. Here's your second training. Hey, and by the way, if you're not.
There was a training on the debit card? Is the training in the room with us now? What are you talking about? Oh. Does he mean use this card everywhere to get people to ask you about it? That's the training? That was a training? Oh my God. You're falling off, Ray. All right, let's hear this great training.
Going through the content, you're not going to be able to promote this. I'm saying, well, let me say this. You can be an ambassador without being a member. But if you don't know the content, how are you going to talk to other people about it?
Got to be a product of the product. You have to join $47 a month. $47 a month. Also, Ray, my friend, not really my friend, you could just know about the Bible. If you just talk about religion, that's it. Now, I watched Savannah's video today on Modare and Erin's one on Justin Prince. Completely agree with Erin's assessment. Justin Prince is trying to recruit. And Julie Jo's from the other day, and there's that guy who was in both Julie Jo's and Savannah's, Carl Devine. He's with Paid Per Letter, but he is also advertising this. So he might be one to watch. And also Vanessa Moon. You might have seen her on Instagram. She has started her own YouTube channel. So she's done a video on Modere, I think. Modere clothing and Nueva. I'm going to drop her link in the chat, but I'll try and remember to put it in the description box as well. So go and support another Aussie. I'm so excited that there's more Aussies. Let's go. Maybe she'll get the word out because, I love my viewers. I do. I'd like some more. I want to get the word out. Okay. Especially about a magic, but we'll stick with Ray for now.
I don't think it's going to be very effective. So as you go through the content and you come upon, and I would take notes, I would be diligent. And then as soon as you do that, go to people and say, hey, I'm going through this content that's blowing my mind. It's helping me have a better relationship with God. It is just helping me so much. I'm stopping beating myself up. I'm stopping the self-condemnation. I no longer am thinking that I'm worthless and all that nonsense. And I don't know if you want to try it or not, but I have a link that I can send you. It's a 5-day free trial. If you'd like it, let me know. Okay, be honest with me. Is that easy? Be honest. Is that easy? Am I crazy? That to me seems very easy. You're not pitching them on the movement. You're not pitching them on the membership. You're not pitching them on ambassador. You're talking to them about a 5-day free trial. And so let's say you decide you're going to play big. I'm going to invite 6 people a day to the free trial. At the end of month 1, and not 79%. Okay, I don't want to be pie in the sky. I am the hater of hype. Hate hype. Don't like it. Let's say you don't get 79%. Let's say you get 15%. Now, here's the cool thing about this. Okay, we're a brand new company. We are so metric driven that in 1 month's time, I'm going to be able to give you the exact conversion. Is it higher? Is it lower? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Right? But for this scenario, let's just say 15%. You're not super influential. You're not some of your friends may be skeptical, right? And so let's say at the end of month 1, you reach out to 6 people a day.
So I almost closed this page. I was like, okay. I'm just trying to find Vanessa's link for her video. I don't want the video to play because the sound will come through. Okay, here we go. So that I've just dropped Vanessa's link in there, and I will try and remember to put it in the I'm gonna subscribe. And I'll put her channel as well somewhere. Oh no. I've always wanted a Roomba. I think that it will be hilarious to see what the dogs do because Wilbur's not afraid of too many things, but he is afraid of the vacuum cleaner. So,
and you have 15% conversion, not 79, you'd have 25 customers. But you know what? I think that's too aggressive. Stop it. I think that's too aggressive. Let's say you took some days off and you only reached out to half of that. So you don't have 25 customers, you have 12. Okay, 12 customers. They've gone through the 5-day free trial. They've decided to become a member. Let's look at what the first 3 months might look like. Okay. Now, this is the first reveal of the compensation, right? So anyone that you refer, you get 25%. Anyone that they refer, you get 10%. Anyone that they refer, you get the point. Okay. 7 generations deep, 25%, 10%. If you add that up, what does it add up to? Who's quick at math? Who's quick at math?
50?
50%. So it's a 50% payout.
I just guessed, honestly, because I just went, what's close to that number? 50. And he would want a square number. Interesting. Only 7 deep. Are there only 7 levels, or do you keep? Because that's what Enagic does. That's a little bit different. They only have 8 rungs, and then they stop getting paid on it, right? Which sounds like, oh, they're trying to promote they're trying to promote people, and it's not about the clearly it's about the product and not the team and blah blah blah. No, what that does is it keeps people recruiting because they want to get paid on their team. Yeah, there'll be bonuses, I'm sure, for building the team and getting up a certain amount. And did I spit on that? Like there will be obviously things that reward team building, but a compensation plan that cuts the upline out at a certain point keeps them recruiting. Because remember Courtney Shortney, she made legend and she didn't recruit anybody that month. No, was it legend or champion? She made the top one, right? She didn't recruit anyone. Her team did. And there are uplines who get lazy, because they know that the downline's going to keep on recruiting. And so, someone like Tony Van Shoy, she had to keep recruiting. Wilbur, don't worry about it, mate. Walk it off. He can't walk it off. He's in the crate. Yeah. So Tony Van Shoy just this is why she thinks she's like in the top of her profession and blah, 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 because she didn't recruit personally. She might have, but not, like it counted on the team. And that's why Christy Axord, who is working with Ray, coincidentally, from Enagic, is always on the grind. And Rosetta, I'm just talking to Pork Soda about Rosetta, actually, because Rosetta put out a snarky reel about, oh, yes, we're just look at all the evil we're doing. And they literally mentioned all the things that they do. It's like, yeah, good cell phone there, Rosie. She's the Facebook queen. Like, she is constantly on the grind because they get priced out of the commissions. And that's what Ray's doing, obviously.
And it's very healthy for the company. A lot of companies get in trouble because they pay too much out. We didn't go get venture capital. We didn't go raise money. We don't need to. Very.
Nueva, what's good? That was a Nueva dig. Because he said we didn't get venture capital and Nueva did. So interesting.
Healthy comp plan, not over aggressive, but we think very generous. And by the way, as we grow, we've left room in here to add more. Now, I'm not making any promises. When is that? I don't know. I'm not telling you. I don't know. We don't know. And so month 1, you reach out to not the 6 per day, right? But you reach out to, let's say, 20 a week. And so you'd end up with 12 members, and your monthly income each and every month would be $141. Well, let's say that of the 12 members you got, none of them are influencers. None of them are leaders. None of them are go-getters or hustlers. None of them have a team. None of them have any kind of leadership position, and none of them are that hungry, but they reach out to one person a day. Okay. Is this an aggressive scenario? It's not. Okay. But let's say no one you ever bring in, ever for your life, ever talks to more than one person per day. Month 2, you're looking at $508 monthly income. Month 3, $1,300. Okay. That's not bad. And we cannot guarantee these numbers because we are brand new. Brand new. Now, here's one thing that's wild about this. This assumes everyone, okay, this assumes you never recruit a go-getter ever, your whole career. It assumes you never get better than 15% ever. You literally never get better than 15%. Even though our test shows 79%, you never get better. And oh, by the way, it also assumes that no one ever buys an annual. Because an annual at $397 changes these numbers drastically. And by the way, in these first few days, we have a 43% conversion to annual. How you doing? Now, I want you to look at another number here. You're probably looking at the money number, but look at the impact. 324 people. Do you have any idea? Do you know how few people help 324 people in their lifetime get closer with God?
Yeah, and I don't think you should monetize that, Ray. That's just my opinion. I think that's shitty for you to be monetizing it and manipulative and gross. I didn't say it at the beginning, but this is definitely going to have a lot of religious manipulation in it. Yeah, he is making it sound easy. But again, what are you competing with, Ray? The annual, so it was $47 for the year. I did look it up on my phone because I was interested. It's free to get, like everybody can get it for free. And then there's in-app purchases. Oh, I still got it in my searches. Brilliant perspectives. Okay. Brilliant Plus. Oh, and it's got a rating of 5 out of 5. Thanks, like doesn't it actually there's a few different apps that come from this. There's Brilliant Communities, Brilliant, and there's a Brilliant Plus Apple TV. So Brilliant Plus has in-app purchases. I don't want to download it. That's all. Just to look at the price. And I can't remember what the yearly price was. However, you might also there are just so many Bible apps and so many this nice. Also the Roomba would be good because at the moment, because I'm moving, I'm cleaning as I go as well. There is so much freaking dog hair. I can't even deal with it. The dog hair is insane. So yeah. Um the Brilliant I can't remember how much a yearly subscription was, but it's if we go 47, it'll be cheaper than 47 a month. Where's my calculator? Okay. Let's say it's $30 a month, like when you remember, when you get a discount for signing up for the year. 30 times 12. So it possibly could be $300 for the year. Jeez. That's expensive.
You might be able to do this in 3 months. By the way, that's bigger than the average church. If you look at the statistics, you can Grok it or ChatGPT it. The average church is about 100 people.
I'm not going to be grokking it. And I am not going to be using grok as a verb because fuck Elon Musk. Fuck Elon Musk. I don't want his dumb fucking AI. I've been using ChatGPT and DeepSeek.
With very conservative numbers, you've built 3 churches. You've had the equivalent of 3 church worths draw closer to God, because when they get in this content, I'm telling you, it is powerful. It is so unique. Of all the people I've studied, and no disrespect to any of the people I've studied, I'm so grateful for them being in my life. No one's like Graham. His content is so different than anyone else I've ever studied. Okay. Now that's with you sending 20 links per week for 3 months only. What would all 7 levels look like? What would month 12 look like? Well, we've done it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not creating a church community. You're creating a downline. It's like, come on. Yes. Have a great Easter service. I got my bunny ears on. I was trying to take a very cute picture of Frida in this very woolly bunny costume, and wouldn't you know it, my dad did the mowing yesterday. Good job. And she went and rolled in it. So now there's all this like grass like stuck inside the little woolen bits. It's very difficult to get out. But yeah, it should be a red flag that it's not the same. And what do you mean? Like, I would think, Wilbur. I don't know if you can hear Wilbur, but he's annoying. I'm hoping that once because I'm not taking them all down at once. I'm hoping that he will settle once he's away from whoever smells nice. And it's Minnie at the moment. Um, I was gonna say, I think the person who's going to be drawn to this product is already Christian. They probably already have a church. What do you mean? Like, can you have I suppose, like, if you're very religious, you could have a closer connection to, sorry, Minnie, Minnie. She's being dominant. Um, can you even imagine month 12? Yeah, we can. Like, sorry if you can see the dogs humping. Minnie's been doing this thing where she'll be humping and then she'll be humping one of the others. And for her, it's a bit of a dominance thing as well as her being in heat. And her hips will keep moving even though like the other dogs walked away or I've told them to stop. It's a bit weird. All right, let's keep going. Let's have a look. Can we believe it's month 12? In what happens in month 12?
For you. But honestly, I figured you'd be scared of the numbers. So we ratcheted down, we ratcheted some things down. Okay. So we went from 15%, let's say 10%. That's safer. At 10% conversions, if you continue to send 20 people a week the link, and you only converted 10%, not 79, not 15, at 12 months, you're impacting over 1,000 people and you're making over $10,000 a month. Now, it's never been done before. We don't know. Are those numbers conservative? Are they outrageous? I don't think they're outrageous. Are they conservative? That's a possibility. Are they completely accurate? No, they're not. We're making guesstimates. We're making guesstimates. If you notice, nowhere on there, I even calculated the annual. I calculated annual at 0%. We're converting to 43%. Right? That changes your upfront money very, very quickly. It, of course, lowers, the monthly, but it increases your upfront drastically. 47 to 397. Like that's a very big thing. But I want to just keep this at the front and center. This is about impact first and income second.
This is correct. Tithing is a thing. We know that. And I couldn't believe how much. Minnie, we're on a Christian, we're talking about Christianity here. Minnie, stop. Sorry, everyone. When Erin covered Nurse Hannah, I couldn't believe how much they tithed. I like nearly fell off my chair. I know churches tithe. I'm, obviously, but yeah, I was gobsmacked by how much they tithed. However, church is free. Church is like, do people give to the church? Yeah, they do, but it's meant to be accessible. Stop it! Please stop it. Sorry. Oh, damn. He's got no, actually Murphy's got the loudest bark. But he doesn't bark as much as Wilbur does at the moment. Church is meant to be accessible for everybody. Like if you want access to God, that's free, my dude. Like, what are you talking about? It's crazy. And to think that you're going to justify this because, look, we're just making money off of a situation that is going to happen anyway. They're going to use the app anyway. May as well make some money out of it. Okay, we'll see what God says, right? Although he often says, the Lord speaks to me, and my assertion is he's just having thoughts, that he's got confirmation bias because whatever he thinks is right, and he's going to do whatever he thinks, and he is interpreting that as the word of the Lord. And I would be keeping an eye on him if I was his wife, just because some people can get so caught up in religion that it can turn into religious mania. Not diagnosing, just saying that that's something that somebody who's so suddenly Christian, and he's only been like this for the last 2 years, it's like it can be a sign that something's a bit off,
And I mean that. And so the question is, how big would you like your kingdom impact to be? Because this is kingdom multiplication. That's what we're dealing with. Now, what if you were a leader? What if you're on here and you are a leader? You're an influencer. And maybe you're already in a company. We don't care. Now, your other company may care. We don't care. We're not going to say, hey, we can't pay all this money if you're in a part of another company. We're never going to do that, ever. Okay. We are influencer friendly. We are network marketing friendly. We're speaker friendly. We're friendly. Okay. We're not looking to tie you up. We are looking for anyone who sees the desire to get this message and movement in front of more people in the world. That's who we're talking to. We don't care if you're focused on other things and you just do this on the side, whatever, right?
This is the enagic point of view. Are you over 18? Do you have a heartbeat? You're in. You're in. Absolutely. Cheer up, pirate. People can't afford to do it, especially you're gonna find an extra $47 a month for this. And he said something about 43%. So that makes me think that maybe the discounted price, sorry, the dogs again. My God. Hey, can you please stop? Well, can you leave her alone? Yes, happy Easter. He is starting his own MLM. It's a Bible app. The product already exists as an app. Trying to get in front of the dogs humping. Um, yeah, it already exists as an app, and he met the guys who ran it at his last Faith Over Fear. No, he said he'd been mentoring with them before then, but then they came over to speak at Faith Over Fear. And then Ray said that the Lord gave him a 2-page PDF, I think, and business plan basically, and it was with the app. Hey, Murphy. He was just like crying because he couldn't get to her from one edge, and then he just walked to a different edge of the bed and jumped up from there. He's not real smart, is our Murphy. So the app was already existing, and then Ray's just presented this as a business opportunity to them, and they're like, yeah, we love it. And then now it's about setting out what it is. And yeah, exactly. There are free Bible apps out there. There's plenty, there's hundreds. We had a quick look on the first one. Yeah, that's right, Alazara. It is a lot of I've heard the 10% of tithing as well. And yeah, like, come on. That's why those prosperity gospel people are just gross. Anybody who makes a huge profit from being a Christian, that's it's a bit dodgy, in my opinion. Yeah. Like personally, I'm agnostic, so if there was a God out there, and I sort of like more worship the earth as a concept, and the goddess is I'm a little bit pagan, agnostic with a flavor of pagan on the side. And I like the concept of Satanism as well, because really Satanism is not about Satan. If anyone, the Church of Satanism it's about just being a good human. Yeah, and if you have to put somebody else down to elevate your point of view, then that's bullshit. A lot of this stuff that's happening at the moment, Christian nationalism is definitely a tenet of the Trump regime, and their type of Christianity is definitely has racism as a part of it, and that's why brown people are being deported from America, even though a lot of them are Christian. It's really crazy, you know? There's so many people who are doing exactly the right thing. They've gone through the right channels to come to America as immigrants, and they're getting deported and treated like shit. And Yeah, I just think if you're going to use people's belief, people's desire for a relationship with God to earn money, that's all just the worst. That's terrible. Oh, I would like Divine Comedy. Is it a TV show or a movie?
Whatever. Okay. But what if you were a leader and you decided to take this seriously? Well, with a little bit more effort, okay, with a little bit more effort, you'd probably have a higher conversion rate than 15%. Keep in mind, in our ads, we got 79%. That's, kind of bonkers, right? But you'd probably have more than 15%. And so let's bump it up a little bit, but not much. So at 20 a day reach outs or marketing, some of you are excellent marketers. Some of you are never going to reach out to anybody, but you're good at videos. You're good at doing reels and things like that. And we're going to walk you through exactly how to do it. In fact, I'm going to teach you on here the number one way for you to promote this thing. And it's the easiest darn thing of all time. It's actually something I've been teaching for a long time, but I'm going to show it how it applies. So at 20 a day reach outs, sharing just the free trial, only 20% conversion. You'd have 112 personal members and you make 1,316 your first month. Of course, if none of your members did anything that first month. Oh. Month 2, you're looking at, I'm going to show you a graph here in a second. Month 2, you're looking at 5,000.
I thought that's what it was. Like Dante's Inferno, Divine Comedy. I thought that's what it was. I just didn't think that's what I thought it was like maybe a modern interpretation or something. Ray's whole theology is, yep. What do you mean build God's kingdom as if we can do something that God can't? Yeah. It's very, I said this in the first stream as well. The hubris of man, and Ray is that. He is, in my opinion, because narcissism is a diagnosis in the DSM-6, I think, or 5. The DSM, has it as a diagnosis, but Ray seems to exhibit aspects of narcissism. Like, he thinks that God is speaking to him all of the time and guiding his life so specifically that God tells him what size dumbbells to use at the gym and how many reps to do when he's working out. And he's now started this because, as I said before, he's like, oh yes, I had this 2-page download that God put on me and it was about this business and bloody bloody blah. God told me. And it's like, really? 2025? As the world burns, children dying in Gaza, the Constitution being like used as a toilet paper in America, there's been quite a few tragedies in the last couple of weeks. There was that discotheque that collapsed in Colombia, I think. There was a boat that capsized, all of these things happening recently. And when Ray was planning this, and Ray's like, God is here to tell me how many sit-ups to do. Absolute hubris. I was raised atheist. I don't really agree with that, but I also don't belong to a religion. I welcome healthy religion and I don't provoke the unhealthy ones. Yeah. I stand up when it's needed. Exactly. And I think Savannah said it on her on her video on Modere. She supports ethical Christians. Same. If you're Christian, like, as long as your religion doesn't hurt anybody, I don't see a problem with it. I almost converted to Judaism, which is like, if anyone tries to call me anti-Semitic for supporting Palestine, it's like, dudes, I almost converted because I just was like so taken by the history of World War II and the Holocaust, and I've been to Germany twice, and I've been to a concentration camp, and like I loved it, and that's why it's so heartbreaking to see Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu disrespecting the Jewish martyrs who passed away in the Holocaust. Like, you don't speak for them, and you shouldn't. Yeah, and I when I was at uni, I remember doing uh an assignment on Islam, and it's a beautiful religion. So is Christianity. All of them are at the heart of it. And so many bad people take their own interpretations because of the hubris of man, because they think that they know what's up and they know what's better and they know what's best for everybody. And it's like, I don't think God would agree with what you're doing. And Jesus flipped tables about people who were scammers. So stop speaking for God. He's not going to do it, but I'll just make the statement.
$579 per month, and month 3 gets a little bananas, right? Now, keep in mind, this is at 20% conversion, not 79%. And oh, by the way, this is with you never ever in your entire career recruiting a leader, an influencer, a go-getter, someone with a brand, someone who has a following. This is assuming no one you ever bring in talks to more than one person per day. Got it? Good? Okay. All right. So here's what it looks like. So that month 1, 25% commission on anyone that you refer, 112 personal referrals. That's $1,316 monthly income. Month 2.
Oh, are we going to see? Why did you put the person on that side? I donate to the RSPCA, which is like the pet stuff, like dog rescues and that. It's the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Because I have purebred dachshunds, so I give to the RSPCA monthly to assuage my guilt. I was giving to a Palestinian. Oh, I clear that up? They stopped my card at some point in time because I was giving to a Palestinian uh organization that does like schooling for kids. And yeah. He says talk, but he means sell, which means talking to more than one person a day. Yes. And he has purposely put this little person at the top, not in the center. Because what are we looking at if that person is in the center? There's a pyramid. There's absolutely a pyramid. And even though you got your little dude on slightly off center, it's really annoying to look at it because I'm like, oh my God, I really wish that was symmetrical. So I, if you are feeling pain from looking at this because the man isn't in the center on the top, I feel your pain because it's annoying the fuck out of me right now. I'm like, move that. Yeah, you don't want it to look like a pyramid, do you, Ray? It still looks like a pyramid. All right, hopefully they don't stay on this for too long because I fucking hate it.
You're getting, that second level. You're getting 10% of that second level. 627 level 2 referrals. That's 2947 per month for a total of 3059. Now I want you to look at that number. Now this is with hustle influence, a big brand. Like, this is not the average ordinary person. The average ordinary person is not going to be able to talk to 20 people a day. Okay. And I did put on here with hustle or influence, but most people aren't going to hustle that hard. Now, I'm facing a struggle, okay, because I'm snapping into the mode that helped me become the number one income earner of a network marketing company quite a few years ago. Here's my struggle. I don't think I can get 20 no's a day. I think I could spend 8 hours at this thing.
And he wants you to. Yeah, absolutely, Elizara. It does seem like it's pretty hopeless. The thing is, a lot of people will say, well, so do you think that Israel shouldn't exist? It actually doesn't matter if I think it should or shouldn't exist. It exists. So we have to work out what to do with it. I think Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, worse than Hitler, because Hitler still loved his country. He was awful. He sucks. Hitler did stuff for the Germans. Benjamin Netanyahu is so selfish. There's a thing called the Hannibal Directive, which is they would rather kill hostages, their own people, rather than them go into Hamas like as a hostage, because then there's like less bargaining for them. But they, like Hitler didn't do that to start with. They're both evil, but I think that Benjamin Netanyahu is actually more evil, just in my opinion. Disgusting humans, and I think he will eventually get what's coming to him. Because the thing is with him is he has to keep going, because if he stops, he's going to be arrested for being a war criminal. And I think Biden should go, and so should Trump, Biden, all of the people who have co-signed off on this, including the media who have stoked the fires of it. So yeah, it's like it doesn't matter if I think it should or shouldn't exist. Israel exists. Uh, it's an apartheid state, and something needed to happen. But what happened on October 10th didn't justify the genocide of Palestinians. Because the other thing too is like, well, Israel needed a homeland of themselves so that they could be safe after the Holocaust. Guess who didn't? Guess who didn't try to kill you during the Holocaust? Palestinians. So there's no reason to be taking it out on them. Yeah. So that's my soapbox for Palestine. But this picture, it's still pissing me off.
I literally think I could prospect for 8 hours and not get 20 no's a day. I don't know how to get 20 no's a day. This is a big problem. So far, of the people I've talked to, almost every single person, I should have tracked it. I'll start tracking it for you guys. I should have tracked it. I'm not getting no's. I'm getting, now, not everyone says, yeah, I'm going to promote it and make a bunch of money with you. Not everyone's saying that, just to be clear. But hardly anyone's saying, I'll try the free trial. So my struggle, those who know my story, 20 no's a day, I don't think I'm going to be able to do. It kind of makes me sad a little bit, right? Because I want to do the same thing here and see how big it grows. But I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can get 20 no's a day, no matter how hard I tried.
But you're not promoting it. You're not a distributor. Why are you trying to get no's? Hmm. Could Ray be lying? Absolutely possible.
I don't think it's possible. Let's look at month 3. Month 3 at a 5% payout, 3,511 level 3 people. I want you to look down. Let's look back at month 2. Month 2, you're now helping 851 people create a closer relationship with our Heavenly Father. Month 3, over 5,000. And that's a monthly income of 18,000 a month. Now, let's say I'm absolutely crazy. Let's say that I'm bonkers. Let's say that I'm just Ray's done law. He done lost it. Okay. What if you do half that?
He done lost it? Yeah, let's not use AAB, thanks. Hey, stop it. Wilbur. The look on Wilbur's face is hilarious, actually. What I've noticed at the moment is that Frida and Mabel look very similar when they're waiting for their dinner, which is funny, which is very cute because Mabel is Frida's mum. Yeah, the emoji. Oh my God. Yeah, he definitely doesn't know, no. It is. He wrote a book called Go for No for network marketing, and it's based on like a business book called Go for No, and it's like you're trying to get the no's because if you actually I don't know the theory. Yeah. Oh my God, what if it was off the hook? Um I I just think it's really gross that he is trying to sell this as look at that, you're impacting 5,000 people to have a closer relationship with our Heavenly Father. Why do you have capitals in the middle of that, for starters? And what does this picture look like? Come on, Ray.
I don't think that'd be that bad. I'm not going to run the scenarios for you for 12 months because you just won't believe it. And if you won't believe it, why even show it? Why bother? I'm showing you 3 months. Okay. 3 months. If you hustled, if you have a brand, a following, if you have influence, we think we think it's conservative. We'll see. We're going to track it, and I'll have updates for this probably every 2 weeks where I'm going to give you actual percentages because we're going to be very transparent with you. I'm not trying to hype you here, but I am telling you this is a real possibility for impact and income. Now, here are the assumptions that I made that you never, in that scenario, in the first scenario is 15%. In that scenario, you never improve. You're talking to this many people, but despite logic and anything else you've ever done in your life, you never improve above 20%. 20 a day reach outs, but no one in your team ever reaches out to more than one a day. See, if I told you, yeah, if you reach out to 20 a day and then everyone else reaches out to 20 a day, I'd be blowing smoke up your skirt. That's not accurate. Right? That's no one. Just assume no one on your team is going to reach out to 20 a day.
Please don't blow smoke up my skirt. Thank you. Yeah, joke's on you, Ray. I don't believe your 1 month numbers. Mm-hmm. Conversion rate. He's talking about it like this is an unlimited what's it called? Opportunity. But it is limited. You know, let's think of Krista Pani. Krista Pani slash Krista Salvage Soul, friggin' Krista Crawford, aka, right? She says everybody can use my product because everybody washes their hair. For starters, it's not true, but personal care item like that, yeah, most people like do wash their hair. Most people, right? If they don't have any hair, that's probably about the only sort of time that people don't wash their hair. Or if they're grotty, you know? So that's a product that's going to appeal to a lot of people. And the enagic people too say, oh, everybody drinks water. Yeah, not your friggin' hydrogen enriched water, whatever. Not everybody is going to Crowfoot. Yeah. Not everybody's gonna want the Bible app, right? They just aren't. It's not something that everybody is going to gel with, you know? And it does seem like you got to be a Christian to do this. And MLMs already have a tendency to become commercial cults. And it was already that environment when it was Rank Makers, which is what Ray started. That was his coaching business called Rank Makers. And if you want to hear more about that, Julie Anderson was in Rank Makers as well as Monate, and she has wonderful stories about just, you know, the manipulation and what Ray is like behind the scenes. And it's not pretty. Yeah. And the people who do wash their hair already have a preferred shampoo. Absolutely. Pravana all the way. Although I went to the shop to get Pravana hair color and they didn't have my color. I'm so sad. So I had to get mutt, and it is slate gray. So it's going to be like a little bit grayer, but not as blue, which makes me very sad because the silver, even though it was called silver, it was a little bit bluish because that's my color at the moment. Pravana's my faves. Yeah, exactly. People who want a Bible app probably already have one. That's true. Absolutely. And I think a lot of people, even though apps are you know, more modern thing, we're creatures of habit, you know? Like why do you know, like you're scrolling through your phone and you're like, oh, I moved my Facebook icon and it's in the wrong spot now. So you'll go back to it or use the same. I've been using like a collage app for photographs forever, like for 10 years, I think. And it, I just, I know what works with it. So I like it. Yeah. Like I think that he doesn't have unlimited prospects with that. For starters, because of the product, because of what it is. And then secondarily, we run out of people. We've just run out of people, Ray. If you recruit 6 people, they recruit 6 people, and so on and so forth. It takes 13 levels and you run out of people in the world because you can't recruit people under 18. And then there's like a few people older who you can't recruit. So don't know how it's going to go, you know? Uh, hmm. Baby shampoo. That's interesting.
Okay. But if they only reach out to one a day, or you average one a day, some people reach out to 2 a day, right? And then another person won't reach out to any. But if no one ever reaches out to more than one a day, and they never do better than 20%, and no one in the whole thing ever buys an annual, out of 5,000 people, ever buys an annual membership despite our current conversion of 43%. Kind of silly, isn't it? And so I want to share with you this chart. And the big thing to ask here is, where are you now? Where would you like to be? So some of you are in category number 4. You're low impact and low income. You're not making the money you want. You're not bringing people to Christ. You're not helping people have a better relationship with God, but maybe you have a desire. I suspect a lot of you are in this category right here. Low impact, high income. I had generated over $30 million just to find that something was missing, and I didn't know what it was. I did not know what it was. And I went through 2 years of searching, and I found what was missing, and that was Jesus Christ. And so I got out of that category because I was helping people, right? But if you're not helping people have a better relationship with our Heavenly Father, I don't think you're living your mission. I don't think you're living your purpose. Now, some of you are in this category. You're high impact, low income. That's a lot of you in the ministry. You know, on Thursday night, I believe, Thursday night, I recruited my first pastor, and talked to my good friend. And what the funny thing about that was, I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Graham Cook?" He goes, "Graham Cook? Graham Cook changed my life 14 years ago." I'm like, "Oh, great." Right. It was really easy. It was an easy conversation. He's like, "I'm in." And so, and I'm not saying he's low income. He's actually very savvy, but a lot of ministers are high impact. They help a lot of people, low income.
Yeah, he does not have a single humble bone. You know, Ray, you're not collecting Pokemon, my dude. I recruited my first pastor. Just gross. Yeah, really, people low income? Because of course it's low income. Because MLMs are a dying business model, you know, like it's just so gross. Like, I'm getting tired. How much time's left? Oh, not much. Okay.
Guess what? You can be high impact and high income. You can. And we'd love to help you with that. And I'm going to pour my all into this. Now, I am not canceling rank makers. I'm not.
Oh. I didn't even realize Rank Makers was still alive. Hello, Helen. Happy Easter. Yeah, I know. Exactly. How has he got conversion rates already? Yeah, exactly. The ministers are supposed to be low to average income that goes with the job. Exactly. Because it's not about the money. And this should not be about the money either. But you're tying it together, aren't you? Aren't you? Yes, happy Easter. Hope you had a good Easter Sunday. I didn't have any Easter eggs. I had some Reese's peanut butter cups, some white Reese's white peanut butter cups. They're my favorite chocolate. Other than Lindt dark chocolate with like sea salt. That's really nice too.
Canceling any of my clients or students or coaching, people or any of the companies that I work with. I'm still doing all that. Now, they may not like this. I can't speak for them. But this is my primary focus. My primary focus is to make your life easy and make this the easiest thing you've ever promoted.
Yeah, that's the same with teaching. Although, like now teaching, like I'm on a good wage. I'm on 6 figures now, but I've been teaching for 20 years. So it's, that's my experience.
While drawing closer to God. That's my mission. That's my primary focus. That's what God has me up to. And I believe the world is just ready for this concept, and we're just honored to bring it to you. And so here's how to decide. Get into prayer. I give you 2 prayers for you. And I mean this. Listen, if you pray and you say, Lord, are we doing this? And you get a no, don't do it. He's got some other project for you. He's got some other company or something, right? I mean that. His will is above my desire. I want to do his will.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Um, mm, for you guys who came, like I was talking about how Ray's hubris is just off the charts, and just his narcissism, not diagnosing him with narcissistic personality disorder or anything like that, just saying that he has these narcissistic traits where he thinks that he's so important that the Lord is just talking to him all day, every day. While there's all these things going on in the world, he wants to tell Ray how many push-ups to do or whatever, because that's something he prays about. And it's like, yeah, as as usual, just the freaking, he's so arrogant, but I don't even think he's really aware that he's doing it. Maybe. Let me think on that. Is he aware that he is? I think he's aware that he is exploitative, but I'm not too sure. I'm kind of like thinking out loud right now, just like, maybe have a think about it again before you make a decision there, Tish. But talk amongst yourselves, and we'll press play.
And I know his ways are higher than my ways, so his will is going to be better than mine anyway. But ask the Lord, what's your dream for my impact? Now, don't just do that flippantly. Like, do that for real. Like, get in a surrendered place and listen. Lord, what is your dream for my impact? Show me. He's dying to talk to you. He'd love to speak to you. And just to help those who may not know this, his voice is your inner voice. It's not Charlton Heston. It's not James Earl Jones, but it's words you wouldn't use. Second prayer, God, are we doing this? God, are we doing this? See, you co-labor with Christ. You're not doing it on your own. And 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, his power is made perfect in your weakness. You may be looking at this and saying, oh man, I've tried so many of these different things. Well, you may have, but have the 2 of you? Have you and Christ tried it? Have you done it with him? You see, he's been redeeming me. And Jesus is a redeemer. And so he had me go through a very interesting season. And he's shown me.
Again, this is just right. Like, it's me. It's about me. My important task. It's about like what the Lord has for me as a bigger, plan. That's very interesting how we don't get a salary, paperwork done, affected by experience and skills, but a stipend, a living allowance. I get paid the same as a new Methodist minister and the same as one with bigger tasks. Ooh, that's good. Do you have unions? Yeah, the 2-page download. Uh, do you have unions, or like how do you negotiate um wages and things like that? That's curious. And is that in the US? Am I thinking you're in the US, aren't you, Helen? I can't remember. It's people in the chat making high impact raise just out the scam people. Yeah. Yep. And I think that he gets out of people what he can, like he's just the way that he did that with Julie Anderson, Ding dong, that's it. I was trying to remember what he called TikTok because he still has this training. Oh, I don't know if he uses the training anymore because he's trying to distance himself from Julie Anderson, but Julie Anderson did a TikTok training because she was blowing up. She was really good at it. She is good at social media. And he called it ding dong. He didn't think that anyone should go on TikTok. And then once he realized that people were responding to Julie Anderson, he asked her to do a training, and then he used that training to earn money without Julie Anderson being fairly compensated for it. That's right. He uses people for what they can give him. And really the prayer is, God, are we doing this? Do you want to be a little bit more specific? Maybe? In the ELCA, our local signage make a guidelines document for salaries for all church employees. However, I know a lot of rural churches can't afford to pay even that much. Yeah. I suppose you would get, like your housing and in a smaller town anyway. They'd probably give you a house and like sort of those other things that help you to be in that place. But I would bet that there are a lot of it's how like Donald Trump can't understand people who fight in wars. He's like, what's in it for them? Like he calls people who were prisoners of war suckers and losers, and people who died in war, because he can't understand sacrifice, and people can't understand why you would do something when you're not being paid a lot of money. So it's really interesting because I think that that's definitely an argument we hear from MLMers as well. It's like, oh, really? So you don't value what you're doing? And it's like, no, I do value what I'm doing. So much so that the money doesn't matter. Like, is it good when you get money? Yeah, of course. We need to live. Like, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, but we have to live. It does I can imagine, because I am in teacher housing at the moment, and it was part of my wage as well, but this is my last night. This is it. I'm done. I'm out of the house tomorrow. This is why I had a quick live. It's not really that quick, but yeah. So next tax time it'll be a little bit. I'll have a little bit in there for when I've lived here, but it's not as much. And then next year it'll be different because we have our tax time at the end of the financial year, which is June 30. Do you have a union that covers faith workers? I'm in the UK. Oh, great. But the denomination sets the stipend levels, adjust for inflation each year, live in a church house, and our setup here is that we have multiple people. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, that's kind of like what teacher housing is where I am. Congregations per minister. Oh, that sounds very nice. With the teacher housing here, like I live in a house by myself because I had dogs and my dad was living with me. But if I was just a single person, I would have to live with other people. So yeah. Oh, there's grumblings for people. That's amazing, cheer up part. That's the fact that people are asking for unions. I know that like Trump has stripped the NLRB of their sort of like their teeth, but it's not completely gone, which is great. That's really cool. I'm glad, because in a time of uncertainty, a union really does make a difference. That's where you find your community and solidarity. And under tyranny, that's where you can have your power, because it's people power. All right. Are you ready for the prayer? God, are we doing this? God.
That now you get to do all of this with me. You get to do all of this with me. And I'm just so honored, and I'm just so grateful. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, Psalm 35:27 says he delights in the prosperity of his servant. He delights in your prosperity. He does. It's not a bad word, right? The enemy wants you to think that. The enemy wants you to think that there's virtue in poverty. There's not. The enemy wants to think that you with money is a bad thing. It's not. Now, if you worship it, if you put it above God, then yeah, it is bad. And by the way, most people do. But the Heavenly Father can help you with that. He can. And Graham's training is the best resource on the planet to have that better relationship. And so I would pray those things. So here we go.
This is Ray when he first talked about finding God. He was quoting it's easier for a poor man to go to heaven or a rich man to go to heaven than a camel to fit through the eye of a needle. I think I said it was different last time too. But he said, no, that's not right. And he reinterpreted it for his own purpose, which is, yeah, of course let's get rich. Let's get rich, but you can't worship it more than God. You know, like there's value in poverty. Yeah. Jesus wasn't a rich guy. He hung out with the rejects. Like, there is a certain humility in poverty. But then it's also subjective. What poverty is to Ray is probably how I live. You know what I mean? Like but he's also, he virtue signals, but it's just so, it gives me the ick, but I also think that I think he knows what he's doing, and it's gross. Church has owned the Mets for 40 odd years, and so it can be moved in and out as our Methodist tradition here. It's not to have the same minister for decades, so mobility is important. Oh, that's great. That sounds really interesting. Yeah, I think that, I'm sure that there would be communities who will say, oh, we love our local vicar and things like that. Is that are you a vicar? Oh, cool.
So 4 steps. Number 1, register. If someone invited you, get back with them for their link. And we have a very small crew. All right. We did our first, private launch on Wednesday, second on Thursday, third on Saturday morning. Right. We got a very small crew. Right. So it's as of this recording. Now, I imagine this recording may be used in the future, so we may be bigger by the time you watch this. But if someone invited you to watch this, then get back with them for their link. If no one invited you, then you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll send you a link to the 5-day free trial. I would encourage you, at least get in the 5-day free trial. At least check out the content. Right now I'm going through the Art of Thinking Brilliantly. It's under live conferences. It's amazing. He starts out, the first session is about frustration. So if you're feeling frustrated, it's perfect for you. Fruit of the Spirit is amazing. Constant continuous favor. Do you know everywhere I go now because of that course, everywhere I go, I just expect favor. All of heaven.
Of course you do. Of course you expect favor. Because you're very arrogant. I almost did get it right. Easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than a rich man go to heaven. Yeah. And Ray was talking about it as if, like, he completely reinterpreted, like, the meaning of it. There are things in the Bible and things in scripture that might be, like, differently interpreted, and lots of people would talk about it, like, and have their own take on it. But this is fairly routine. Like, this one isn't like, "Ooh, I wonder what they were thinking when they wrote that." This is obvious, I think, anyway. Good work, Ray. No one invited me, so I'm gonna send Ray a message. Kidding. Although Val and Gus need to send him a message, because for some reason he always used to answer Gus's messages. It was very unusual, very strange.
Favor is attracted to the Jesus in me. So I'm kind of weirded out when I pay retail. When I go somewhere and I'm like, oh, I didn't get a discount or bonus or free something. Huh. This thing.
That's what you count as favor? Getting a discount? What are you talking about? When he said favor, I was not thinking of anything to do with money. I didn't think of that. I thought he gets all the green lights, going through traffic, or he finds a parking spot. Why are they all with cars? I don't know. He gets the last donut. You know what I mean? And you're talking about favor as in I get a discount. That's bizarre. Helen says, I preach that we have assumed that Jesus praised the woman who gave 20 amount. All she had to live on. But the text doesn't say he praises her giving all. So no idea what to eat next meal, but sorry. Yeah, that's it. It's very strange that he went straight when he's talking about favor, he went straight to money. I didn't think of that. And I don't think too many people would. Like, when you're thinking about being in God's favor, I'm not thinking, have I got the right code to get a discount? I ain't thinking that. I mean, I'm agnostic, so of course I wouldn't, but you know what I mean? Theoretically.
Is out. Like that's kind of cool, right?
No.
God wants to show you and give you this cool favor, man. And so get registered and then save your unique link. So you'll get an email. Now check your spam, because if you register, the link may go to spam. And so check the spam, save your unique link. That unique link is going to tell people where they can join your 5-day free trial. Now, if you want to promote this, currently, this may change in the future. If you want to promote this and run with me, because this has been 16 years in the making. This is
But text doesn't say he praises her giving all, so no idea what to eat next meal. That does not mean praising the rich man instead. The text, without my years of conditioning, is observation. The temple tax is easy for the rich and crippling for the poor. Absolutely. Crap, what did you just say? Now I can't remember. If you want to run with me. Why did I say that like I was going to sing Spice Girls? If you want to be my lover, if you want to run with me. If you want to run with me is an MLM term. He's back in the game. That's what the title says. We need runners. If you want to run with me, there's little things he's doing that make me realize and that are indications that this is what it's all been working up to, this moment. He claims it's Heavenly Father talking to him. This is Ray cashing in. He's been putting those little chips away, chipping away. Here's my religion chip. Religious. Look at me. I'm a good Christian. I'm putting that away. There's my little investment. And he's collecting on that now. That's what this is. It's a grift. It's a scam. That's my opinion. And prove me wrong, Ray. Prove me wrong. Ask for no wage. Ask for no wage. We'll see we'll see if he does that, hey? Only 5 minutes to go. You beauty.
Everything God's ever had me learn has led me to this moment right here.
Yeah,
if you know you want to run with us and you want to do ambassadorship, that does negate the 5-day free trial and you choose what membership you want. Okay. And so just a heads up on that. Yeah. So I just want to make sure you know that, but save your unique link so that you know that. Now, don't post your link. Don't be a spammer. Don't post your link. Okay. We're smarter than that. You want to share, and we're going to have a ton of images and videos for you to share. We don't have those yet. They're coming very soon, probably next week. But don't share your link. Okay. Do a 2-step process. In marketing, you would post, hey, I just started consuming the most amazing content of all time. This thing is crazy. Who would like a 5-day free trial? And then wait for people to respond. Or if you're prospecting, say, hey, I just started this. And the more you dig into the content, the better you're going to be at this. Okay, so save your unique link and then do your first post or email. Now, in your email, I wrote a social media post, an email for you, and a text message. Choose your flavor, choose your adventure, whatever you'd like to do. Okay. And then access your ambassador resources. So you want to download the Brilliant Communities app. This way you can see when the small groups are running. And I would encourage you to tune into them. They're amazing. Access the ambassador group. That's where I'm going to be putting all the training and the resources. Okay. And so the ambassador group, that's specific to ambassadors. If you become a member, but you decide you don't want to promote, you'll just have access to the Brilliant Communities app, which is amazing. But you won't have access to the ambassador group, just so you know. Now, I'm going to finish strong here. You ready? You ready? All right. The easiest way to promote ILT.
Oh my God. Do you know what? Somewhere, Julie Anderson she just did a little shiver. She's like, someone walked over my grave. What? That. Invest, learn, teach. Are you fucking joking? This is his thing. The thing is, we don't need any of his new training because he's not going to have new training. Ray is a one-trick pony. Like, he does this is his thing. This is what he does. My God. He's so predictable. You know, like when he first took his religious turn, I remember oh my God, it was like 2 years ago. And it was near Easter because I remember doing the thumbnail and we put Ray on the horse or the donkey, like pretending to be Jesus, and then it was the Sunday roast, and we were talking about it because we had Julie, Gus and Val and I did a live with Julie just a couple, like last week. And I said, Julie was our first guest on Sunday Roast as well. And it was a Ray. And it was Ray's like conversion. And we said, and Julie Anderson said as well, this is a grift. We thought he was going to, she predicted that he was going to sell a book, and he has. I don't think we predicted that he was going to start an MLM. We definitely all said that he was going to use this to earn money. And here he is. But again, his training is the same, you know? Yeah, that was the other thing too. Sorry, I did miss it. And Helen said, "Oh wow, free day trial, but sign up as a rep and you don't get the free trial, but you're committed free." Like that. Why wouldn't the reps get a 5 free day trial as well? 5-day free trial, sorry. That's weird. So yeah, that's going to put extra pressure on people. Oh, so just sign up as a rep. But isn't this a recruiting tactic? Because he was saying, I don't know any other business that does a 5-day free trial. Well, it doesn't matter if you're not using it for recruits, because we know that that's what they want to do. But the invest, learn, teach, of course. I'll send Julie Anderson a message after this and say, guess what Ray pulled out of his butt at 1 hour and 3 minutes? Invest, learn, teach. And that will make her laugh, and that will make me laugh, and then we'll all laugh, and then Ray can have the day he deserves.
Invest, learn, teach. God gave me this at 3 a.m. this morning. You go through the content, you grow closer with God, you take notes, you share your notes, you point to the 5-day free trial. That's it. That's it.
Did God give you that? Or is this something you've done for years?
There is no hardcore sales. There's no hardcore aggression. There's no hardcore pushiness. There's no, like, how do I convince everyone in the world? You go through the content. You get to grow closer with God. You take notes. You share your notes. And when people ask you, you give them the link to the 5-day free trial. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's it. Am I crazy? Is this easy? I feel like it's easy. Now, if you're not sure you want to promote, I get it. I totally get it. If you want to promote, at least, if you're not sure whether you want to promote or not, at least get on the 5-day free trial. See if the content is as good as I say. Imagine me hyping up all this content and you get in there and it stinks. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? But don't take my word for it. Get in there. Go through the fruit of the spirit. Go through art of thinking brilliantly. If you struggle with sleep, go through the sleep. Do you know how many people have gotten better sleep because of the sleep stuff? Go do it. Go do it. And you have.
I'll stick with melatonin. Okay. I'll stick with the melatonin rather than your $47 a month Bible app.
Have my word. We are going to make this the easiest company to promote of all time. That's what we're going to do. That is my primary focus. And again, we don't care if you're part of other network marketing companies. We don't care. We're not looking to be your one and only, right? I mean, we would love to be, but we don't require that. What we're looking for is people who really want to increase their impact and income. We want to attract people that want to get more people in this world drawing closer to their Heavenly Father.
Yeah, it's not really about that, and we know it, right? We are going to make this the easiest company to promote ever. Something that is niche to faith group, something that is available for free in numerous other apps. Absolutely. And you know, like generally in MLMs, the product doesn't matter. It's true about this as well, but it's definitely something that Ray can exploit, something that feels like he's been planning to do.
And we want to help him do that. It's kingdom abundance. It's not scarcity. We're not worried. If you're in another company, great, cool, awesome, rock on. This, by the way, this content will help you grow that other company, right? The content's amazing. It helps you have a better relationship with your Heavenly Father, which helps you in every area of my life. This content has helped me be a better father.
Help in every area of my life. Is going to help you, Ray, or is it going to help them? Was that a Freudian slip? This is going to help his life. Yeah. Fill his bank account. Yeah, exactly. God gave you that at 3 a.m. Something that you've been training on for years and years. Okay. Yeah, sure. This is just the best training ever, Ray.
Better husband, a better leader, a better man. I mean, it's helped me in so many ways, and it can help you too. And so if someone invited you to watch this, get back with them, let them know if you'd like to get your 5-day free trial, or if you see yourself running with us. If no one invited you, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram. I'll send you the link. Now, I'm not a rep. I'm a partner in the company. So I don't have, it won't say Ray Higdon, right? I have no distributorship, right? I'm a partner in the company. I helped him form this company, and I'm dedicated, no matter where you are in the company, I'm dedicated to your success. And I just appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you. God bless you.
You're going to bless us, like, with your authority. Listening to stuff that sends me to sleep, are you saying? Yeah. If you're not a distributor, why did you say that what did he say about the pastor? I got my first pastor or something like that. Did you recruit him? What do you mean? Like, who gets that person? So if he has a link, who's that going to? Because Ray obviously has got his own link. Who gets that person? Bit of transparency would be nice, Ray.
Now let's go change the world. And so thank you guys. I appreciate you so very much. I'm rooting for you. Whether you decide to join us or not, I appreciate you so much. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Got to get off to church. Bye, guys. I love you. I'm rooting for you. Thank you for all the messages. You guys are so wonderful. God is so good. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
We're done. We're done. We're done. That's it. That's the last stream in this house. It's interesting to hear him pull out the old ILT. And yeah, just the absolute arrogance of this man to think that God is talking directly to him, and God has said, "Hey Ray, start this MLM, this predatory model. There, start that." All right. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. Still got a couple things to do before I go to bed, and yeah, stay tuned on Sunday. We are roasting with Savannah Marie. It's going to be a lot of fun, sort of. Although, like I'm reminded of things that were distressing. But we remember last year. Did we do it last year or the year before? We did the scandals of Monate. Does everybody recall? And we did, and Val made that amazing intro with all the using telenovela. That was super fun. even though some of the content isn't real fun. But we're doing that with paparazzi accessories. They've just put their prices up. They had that big thing happen in Washington where their reps they're not allowed to work in Washington anymore. Yeah, so Savannah is one of our experts on paparazzi, and so yeah, we're doing a timeline of the scandals of paparazzi. I've started my timeline. It already looks like a mess, and I am not diagnosed with ADHD, but it kind of looks like it's like definite proof that I have ADHD. It's messy, but I get it. You know what I mean? That's like what my move has been like as well. All right, thanks for being with me, and I will see you in my new house. I don't know when I'm getting internet, and my furniture won't be there. So if I do any streaming next week, it'll be very bare bones. Okay. Thanks everybody. See you.